What's going on YouTube? What's going on Scream Nation? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ricky and today we have a video on how to counter Freddy in Dead by Daylight. Let's get right into it, and if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join the Scream Nation. I really hope that some of these tips help you out against Freddy and help you become a better survivor. The very first tip and the most important one against Freddy is to wake up. When you're awake and not in the dream world, Freddy has no powers and he becomes basically an M1 killer. This means that while you're awake, no matter how many dream snares or dream pallets Freddy has put down, they do not affect you. The two ways that you're able to wake up is by going to the highlighted area on the map or have a survivor wake you up when they are awake. Playing as a team is really important in Dead by Daylight, but it becomes even more relevant when you're going up against Freddy. One of the ways you can be a really good team player against Freddy is dropping down fake pallets that you see him putting up. This will help you and your teammates in future chases during the match. That's right, some of your teammates might be working on a gen and not seeing when Freddy puts down a fake pallet, but if you see it, do that for them. You will help them and Freddy won't get a free hit on them. The same concept goes for dream snares, especially in areas where you think a future chase might happen. Although by stepping on a snare you might give your location out to Freddy, if Freddy's chasing someone else, it is the perfect time to just run over them so that no one else has to run through them when they're being chased by Freddy. Remember, playing as a team is very important against Freddy, so even though the snares now might be affecting you at the moment, just get rid of them. When you're in the dream world and you're working on a generator, you might see blood coming out of the generator. This means that Freddy could possibly be teleporting to your generator. If this happens, don't freak out. Instead of running and rushing off to a safe location or away from the generator, just hide. Walk and hide. If you see the blood coming out of the generator and you rush out, you leave scratch marks anytime that you run and you give out your location that way. So instead of giving out your location for free, have Freddy work for it. Hide a little bit, and if he leaves you alone, you can go back to the generator. Now, when I say it's really important to work as a team when you're playing against Freddy, I really do mean it. This means that you guys heal each other as much as possible and you take hits for other survivors. Because Freddy has the ability to teleport across the map in the blink of an eye, it is really important to have all 4 players during the entire match. If one of you dies, it's gonna be a lot more complicated to do any gens whatsoever. So, if a survivor has been hooked once or twice already, and you have not, this means that it is your turn basically to take one for the team. You have to take his attention and keep him busy as much as possible, and this is when your looping skills come into play. Now, this is not a looping tutorial. I do have some tutorials in my channel and I'll leave some of those down in the description below. But one thing that you can do against Freddy, because we all know that Freddy has, long arms, is drop pallets early. Don't worry about dropping pallets early. It's better to keep the distance, especially if you're already hurt. And stick around the pallet. Once he starts destroying it, go ahead and go on to the next loop. Keeping the distance between yourself and Freddy is the most important part about looping a Freddy. And one way to do that, as you're gonna see in this clip, is to pay attention to Freddy's red aura. Even though you're in the dream world, yes, you can see Freddy's red aura. So, before you take that jump through the window or take that door, make sure that you see the red aura, and that's when you make the decision to vault or not the window when you're looping Freddy at the shack. I will leave another description down below on how to loop the shack for any killer. Now, probably the most important tip on how to play against Freddy is something that a lot of people forget about, and that is to play as Freddy. You will never understand the way a killer works unless you actually walk in their shoes. And yes, this goes for any killer. The way to understand how the killers work is to play as them. Playing as the killer will help you understand not only their power, but also their weaknesses and their strengths. You'll be able to see what it looks like whenever they set down a snare, whenever Freddy sets down a dream pallet, and also whenever Freddy teleports to a different location in the map. How long it actually takes to teleport to the new generator, And that way, as a survivor, you know whether you have to get off the gen right away or you have those few seconds to be able to finish that generator. And yes, guys, I do understand that for some people it's not something as simple as going and buying Freddy because they just can't afford it or they don't want to buy it, whatever the case may be. You can also just watch other YouTubers, other streamers, myself included, and see how we use Freddy so that you understand the power a little better. Now guys, for the very last tip, I do want to be completely honest with you guys and transparent. I don't care how good you are at this game. I don't care how many hours you have looping killers and looping Freddy. There's one thing that we all know for certain when you're looping Freddy, and that is that he will get you. This is just the nature of the beast, guys. You have to accept the fact that Freddy can hit you unrealistically from very, very far away. Not only can he hit you, but he can also grab you as you're already falling down and trying to get into the first floor, as you see guys in this clip. It doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.